Welcome to Simply Happy Conversations, a podcast that teaches you how to create a clutter-free, functional and simply happy life. I'm Narelle King, a professional organizer who supports families with practical steps to simplify their lives and create a more organised home. I'm passionate about supporting neurodivergent families and individuals like myself. Imagine having a wardrobe full of clothes but having nothing to wear. If you're fed up with the daily frustration and overwhelm of mornings looking for an outfit to wear, then you're going to love today's episode. I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide to organising your wardrobe with purpose and simplicity to help you streamline your outfits and develop a wardrobe that truly works for you. From choosing what to keep and let go to organising methods that help maximise your space, this guide is your go-to for a clutter-free functional wardrobe. Let's jump into this Simply Happy conversation. Thanks for joining me for today's solo episode where I'll be sharing a step-by-step guide to organising your wardrobe. Last month, I shared with you a step-by-step guide to organising your kitchen, and this month we're focusing on your wardrobe. So if you want to, you could always go back and check out from the start of last month the episode, and you can also download the free Organising Your Kitchen Space. But for this month, we're looking at our wardrobe. So we only wear 10% of our wardrobe. I know for myself, my 10% is like t-shirts, shirts, jeans, shorts, and linen pants. And by having these organised and clutter-free, I find that it's so much easier for me to make choices. I also categorize them together. So depending what mood I'm in, it's a lot easier for me to see and go, okay, I feel like the pink shirt. One of the problems I see as a professional organizer going into people's homes is they have a lot of clothes and they're always saying to me, but I have nothing to wear. It's not that they don't have anything to wear. It's that they aren't able to mix and match maybe some of the tops with the pants. If you had, for example, all patterns in tops and pants, then maybe you need some plain in either to complement, unless you're going for that look. When you have an organized wardrobe, it means that you can make really quick decisions about what you're going to wear. And it means you're going to be more efficient and you're not going to feel overwhelmed. You're also going to maybe try things out that you maybe didn't realize you had because it was so jam-packed full of clothes. Whereas when they're able to be spread out, you can then see and maybe go, oh, I might try this shirt with these pants. There's more space for them. By curating a wardrobe that you absolutely love, it means that you can show off your personal style. You're going to feel more confident wearing your clothes because you're only going to wear the ones that you love. So they're the ones that we want to keep in our wardrobe. Also, knowing what you have in your wardrobe prevents you from buying items you already own. I'm sure you're like me and you are attracted to one particular color and maybe that item. Mine is grey jumpers. If I go into a shop and I saw a grey jumper, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what I need. Actually, I don't. It's just because I have a couple of them already and I'm attracted to that particular jumper. So making sure you know what you have means that you can be more intentional with future purchases. So you could be then like, I actually need a white t-shirt that goes with this particular jumper and I need this particular color of pants that I don't have that would then go with the range of tops that you have. The other thing that I've found by having an organized clutter-free wardrobe, it means that I can keep my clothes in better condition. I've found when you have less, you're more likely to take care of that particular item. So if, for example, you had a white shirt and you got a stain on it and you only have one, you're more likely then to deal with it straight away because you want to be able to use it again in the next week or so. If you had several of this item, then you're going to leave it and delay that cleaning process, which means that the stain might actually set on the shirt. The other thing that I did invest in last year is one of those machines that depills your jumpers. So by taking care of my woolens with this depiller, it means that I might be able to use this jumper for a longer period of time in my life. And it's so much easier to put your washing away when you have space for them. When we don't, that's when I see wardrobes with a pile of washing and it hasn't been put away because there's no space for it. So if we reduce the items that we don't wear, don't love in our wardrobe, we're going to have more space for the ones we do. So I'm going to walk through step by step how to organize your wardrobe. Step number 1 is set your intention. So define what your goal is going to be. Are you going to be trying to achieve a a decluttered wardrobe? Are you trying to create a capsule wardrobe where you only have a few pieces and they mix and match with each other? Are you looking for a seasonal wardrobe? So it might be coming into the winter season and you only have those clothes out on display. The other season is put away. So just work out what your goal is and visualize that ideal wardrobe. How do you want your wardrobe to look, but also function? Step 2, which is the fun part, we're going to clean out the clutter. That means we're going to empty out the wardrobe either completely if you have time. If you don't have time, the other way I recommend you do it is by taking out one category at a time. So for example, it may be pajamas and you bring all of those out at one time. They could be in different spots and then you go through that category. For some of my clients, I find it can be overwhelming if we took everything out. So this is another way of breaking it down by just going through one category at a time. Now, a tip to help you. I know that you may be worried about decluttering and you may need those things one day, or you've paid a lot of money for them and you don't want to get rid of them because you may need them down the track, or you used to fit in, or it was in style. What I want you to do though is focus on what to keep rather than what you're getting rid of. Another thing to have while you're doing this is a full-length mirror. This is going to help you decide what you're going to keep and what you're going to let go of. The other thing I have done with clients in the past who weren't ready to try them on, we still categorized them and we put them on coat hangers and we wrapped rubber bands around the coat hangers. So for example, it was all the summer tops were together, all of the dresses were together, and all of the pants and skirts were together. And they were bundled up on their own coat hanger, but then rubber band together. And so that way she tried them on when she was feeling in the mood for them, and so that she could mix and match with the other clothes that she had. So that's another way you could do it. The other thing I like to have are 4 boxes. So when I work with clients and even doing it myself, I would have 4 boxes or containers. I would have one for our keep items. Generally, I'll leave them on a bed or a chair where we're going to hang them up once I've cleaned out the wardrobe. Then there'll be a donate. And usually I'm using recycled plastic bags to put them in so that I can take them to donations after working with the client. You then might have a sell pile. So maybe a box or container where you can fold the items. When I'm working with clients, I love to be able to take the photo for them so then I can send it to them. So it's taking out one of those steps for them. And then there's the discard items. These may be worn out and damaged. In Australia, we're really lucky we have a company called Apparel and they will take those items. They are a great company that is recycling and it's turned into different items like insulation, these mouse pads. A couple of questions to think about to help you decide whether you're going to keep an item is, have you worn this in the past year? Now, I have got a couple of dresses here which I've not worn in the past year, but I'm keeping them. I've tried them on, they still fit, but I haven't had a formal occasion to wear them to. So I've kept them for maybe down the track when I do. Does it fit me? Like I said, I tried them on. They do fit me, so I'm going to keep them. Does it make me feel good about myself? Or are you looking at going, no, it's too tight here, it's too loose here? These two questions could join together. What does it say about me? And do I feel good in it? And then if you don't answer, no, this isn't what it's saying about me, it's not who I am now, and I don't feel good in it, then maybe it's time to let it go. And the last one, which is my most important, is it comfortable to wear? I am only going to wear fabrics that are soft and easy to wear. Considerate of the materials I'm going to buy in the first place so that it's going to stay comfortable to wear for me, because I'm so sensitive with scratchy bits of material and different fabrics. Step 3 is to clean and prepare the space. So whether it's a wardrobe and it's a walk-in, or maybe it's just wardrobe doors and you can open that and you've got actual drawers, emptying those areas and cleaning the space, cleaning the shelves, maybe cleaning the drawers out. Also maybe placing cedar blocks or lavender, both great deterrents of moths. And they also will keep your clothes smelling fresh. Obviously, if you want to use something that you enjoy the smell of instead, it might be eucalyptus or a drop of lemon, then use that. There are clothes diffusers that you can purchase and you can have them in your wardrobe. Another thing to do is check your clothes regularly for signs of damage or maybe pests, so that moths might be eating through your wool or silverfish, and then dealing with that pest problem. Also cleaning your clothes As I said at the start, if we leave our stains on our clothes and don't deal with them straight away, it then sets in. It's so much easier to deal with the stain straight away and try to remove it rather than leaving it in your wardrobe. Another thing is to avoid overcrowding in your hanging space and leaving space between your clothes because it allows for air circulation. One of the problems if we don't have really great air circulation in our wardrobes is we'll find mold. We need to look at avoiding overcrowding in the hanging space in your wardrobe. If we have too many things close together, then there's not enough circulation and air getting into your wardrobe. That means that you could potentially have a problem with mold. So if you live in hot, humid conditions, you can also find mold can build up in wardrobes. So having an air dehumidifier will help to circulate the air, take the moisture out of the air, and then reduce those chances of mold on your clothes. Another thing is to consider using those padded or a wooden hanger for your delicate items. This is going to prevent the items stretching all the way down, in particular woolen knits, which I would actually roll or fold instead of actually hanging it. And using those slim non-slip hangers for tops and dresses will also help you save space if you've got limited space in your wardrobe. One other thing about having the matching hangers, it means that you don't have as much visual clutter. If you're rotating clothes, you need to think about the bag that you're going to store them in. It needs to be a breathable fabric garment bag. I love to use pillowcases or even an old doona cover, cotton bags. This will prevent them from dust and light, but they're also not plastic, so it's not going to have a chance to sweat and then build up mold in the bag. Whereas space-saving bags is more chance of, condensation building up in there and possibly mold, especially if sunlight's getting onto those bags. Step number 4 is to categorize and organize. So grouping similar items together, moving your most worn items in your wardrobe into your prime real estate. So this is at eye level, obviously, as soon as you walk into your wardrobe where it's going to be easy to access. That is going to be your prime real estate. It's basically front and middle of your wardrobe. And then the lesser worn items like dresses potentially could be at the back of the wardrobe. Or if you've got a small wardrobe, that's when you'd consider swapping the seasons over and placing your out of season clothes up higher or another cupboard possibly if you have really limited space. So for me, my shorts, we're coming into winter here. I'm going to move the basket that they're all in and move it up to the top shelf. My jeans at the moment are on the top shelf because I haven't worn them since before Christmas. They're going to come down and take the spot of where the shorts basket is. So really thinking about how you're going to organize it according to how you're going to need the clothes each day. So 3 different organizing strategies that you could use is by type. So hanging or folding items in the type. So you put all your shirts together or your t-shirts or your skirts, all the pants together. Or you could arrange and categorize items by color, which I actually do for all of my hanging. So all the black or the light are all together. I found it really easy having the color because then I know what colors match the pants that I'm going to select for the day. A third way of organizing could be seasonal, which is what we just talked about, is just rotating your clothes and keeping the wardrobe functional for that time of the year. The organizing strategy that you use is really going to depend on the space that you have available for storing all of your clothes. And then looking at your storage solutions. So things that we can use to help maximize this space and care for our clothes. So drawer dividers or compartments are great to separate clothes. And I'm a huge fan of Marie Kondo rolling method because it means I can see my clothes and I don't have to pull out a whole pile of t-shirts. They're rolled. I can see each color. I can see the one I'm looking for and I can just grab it. Another storage solution idea, which is great to think about using, is the wall space that you may have behind your door or on a wall behind in your wardrobe area. And you could then use hooks or hanging organizers. And these are great for like belts, hats, ties, even jewelry. And I've even used them recently, the hanging organizer for flat shoes for a client on the back of a door. I've also seen clients use those hanging organizers to actually organize all of their underwear and their socks as well. Now, if you have shelving, you might then consider using like open boxes on the shelf. For me, I don't fold my workout clothes. They don't need ironing or anything. So I just have them in one box and I pull the box out to grab what I need. So it depends on how you use your item as to whether you're going to be a person who folds or whether you're just going to put them back into the container that's there. Something that is great is folding knits. It helps to keep them in shape. Another thing I have used with clients is actually being a shelf divider. So the divider goes on an actual shelf and you can place, for example, t-shirts on one side, jumpers on the other. And the other thing to think about are for shoes, whether it is a shoe shelf at the bottom of your wardrobe, if you have room for it. Maybe it's an actual shoe cabinet that you can place your shoes in and it pulls out. Also think about using under your bed space. This may be great for your out of season wear. Step number 5 is to maintain your organized wardrobe. Some ideas to help you with maintaining it is to think about doing a seasonal wardrobe assessment. So it might be coming into summer, coming into winter, and it's twice a year. And I find it as a great idea to do it on a public holiday. Then you won't forget. So for me, coming into Easter, it's moving into our autumn winter season. I think this is a great time for us to change over our seasonal clothing. And then another one for us in the Southern Hemisphere in Melbourne area is Melbourne Cup weekend. And that's moving from our sort of spring into our summer. And we're going to move our summery clothes into the prime real estate area. Another strategy for maintaining an organized wardrobe is 1 in, 1 out rule. What are you going to let go of, or what's it going to replace? And that's going to prevent clutter building up in your wardrobe. Another strategy to maintain your organized wardrobe is to be intentional when buying new clothes. So setting a list of what you actually need, and that way that you're going to ensure that they're going to fit in your wardrobe. Remember, we always get attracted to that one particular color and item, and we need to make sure that we remember we have that. Therefore, this is what I actually need that's going to complement that and go with more items in your wardrobe. So something I do at the end of the season, I have a pair of blue shorts and they're not looking the best. They are my favorite, but I need to replace them. So I'm better letting them go now at the end of summer so that when we're getting into the new summer, the end of this year, I then know on my list is that I need to buy those blue shorts and replace the ones that I've let go of now. And my final tip for maintaining your organized wardrobe that I did a couple of years ago is to get your colors done. So this is a way of finding the perfect color palette for your skin tone, your eyes, your hair, and that makes shopping simpler and a lot easier. I did it through Color Guru, which you can do online. I'll share a link in the episode notes. And I have my card and I look at that when I go into a shop or online and I check the colors. Does it have the colors that suit me? I'm saving money. I've definitely found by getting my colors done that my wardrobe and my shopping is more intentional. I'll just go over those 5 steps. So number 1 was set your intention. Number 2 was clear out the clutter. Number 3 was clean and prepare the space. So whether it's a wardrobe or the drawers. Number 4 was to categorize it and organize your items and thinking about the organizing strategies and also storage solution you might use. And number 5, the most important, is maintaining your organized wardrobe. I have a PDF that you can download and you can use this download to remind you of how to do the steps and extra resources that I've included. I hope by sharing these steps to help you organize your wardrobe that you can create an organized wardrobe that's full of clothes you love and want to wear. Thanks for listening to Simply Happy Conversations. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Simply Happy conversation. If you find yourself wasting precious time searching for misplaced items and wishing for a more organized life, then you need my 5-minute declutter ebook, the ultimate guide to quick and easy organizing solutions for a clutter-free and happy home. Forget about spending months KonMariing your house. These fun solutions are designed to give you immediate results in under 5 minutes. Head over to Simply Happy in the resource section and download your free copy and start seeing results in minutes. I'd like to acknowledge the Wathaurong people of the Kulin Nation on which this podcast is recorded as the traditional custodians of the land. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging.